This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
We are back here with our massage therapist from Soothing Soul Massage. That's right, Xander Matu joining us live here today to talk more about the work he does and why he does it, let alone all these energy work and metaphysical things. He's gonna, give you a little bit of input about himself, how he helps you transform all the tools he uses that can help you in so many different ways. So, yeah, it's hard to introduce you because you don't have just one title, Xander. So, let me have you take the reins and tell everybody a little bit about what you do if they're new to our show today.
Yeah, I am a man of many talents. That's why actually I'm trying to trademark my name right now because all these different business things I got going on, it's all me. Do you want
Yeah.
earrings, massage, Reiki? What do you want? But hello everybody, my name is Xander. I live in Richmond, Virginia currently, but I hail from Columbus, Ohio. Um, and I'm a healer. I do massage therapy. Therapeutic massage therapy is my primary laser for that healing. And throughout the years of my career, I have integrated my spiritual practice as well into my massage practice. Yeah. So, and I'm kind of here to kind of talk about that and kind of answer questions in regards to my what like how I help people with their body. And if you've got any metaphysical questions you feel called to throw my way, I'd love. But I'm a blank slate today. I did a lot of chatting last week on last podcast. So if you didn't catch that, tune in. Today I want to talk to Miss Jill, get to rebuttal. So
Oh,
yeah.
well, thank you so much. So, when you say you're an energy healer, right? Let's just explain a little bit about what that means. And people might say, well, how does that work? Is this an innate thing? Is it something you studied? Is it, how did you learn this, to become this way?
So back in 2016, I got introduced to this metaphysical shop called the Spirit of Tefirith in Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
And prior to that, I was starting to self-study some energetic things like numerology, astrology, but those are like more personal. And the information I got from those specific things helped show me that, oh, wow, I have some energetic gifts that I can lean into, which was actually before I decided to become a massage therapist, believe it or not. Um, Spirit of Tefirith introduced me, the thing that I like to use with others, the rest of the stuff is more private, but with Reiki and just my ability to um, almost like a priest, I guess, be there for people when they need some energetic support. But Reiki is my big lead on that. I've had three different teachers with Reiki. Well, first, let me tell you what Reiki is. So, Reiki is a form of energy healing. It was modernized in Japan, although the concept of Reiki has been with human beings since we've been civilization, since we could heal, in the ancient civilizations. It's just been modernized and brought into our language and how we can use it in modern day reality by a Japanese guy named Usui Ryoho in the late 1800s. And his students, kind of like a Jesus, has been able to spread the tradition across, the world. And out here in the West or all over the world, typically to get introduced to Reiki, you have to have somebody who's been through the class or been attuned. They attune you, and there's three different levels that take their own period of times to get through and integrations and what before you qualify. My personal journey, because when you get attuned to Reiki, um, Reiki does this like energetic detox. And what that means is that it prepares your spirit to
Hmm.
be congruent with the work. So if you're out there, if you're trying to do Reiki for other people and you're, heavy in your drugs or um, anger or densities, I just say densities, any vibration that doesn't serve your highest good, too much of it, well, being attuned to Reiki is going to help detox those behaviors out. And for me, for a long time, Reiki was one of the tools I helped to heal my addiction. And so every time I would get attuned, unfortunately, until a couple years ago, it would come with some level of relapse because that
Yeah.
was a spiritual disease in my
Wow.
body that or within my aura that needed to be cleansed. And how does spirit cleanse it? Brings it to the surface. We don't know, right? So that would be one of the things that would need to be purged when I get to. But finally, I
Yeah.
have finally been able to not have that loop in my experience, and I'm a level 3 practitioner. Because of that
Wow.
loop I just told you, I've had three different teachers, be, you know, at different times. One of my favorite teachers. I hope none of my other teachers, if they're ever listening to this, take this personally. Was the one that I got in my
Yeah.
second rehab. What are the odds that you're in rehab and your counselor gets your level 2 Reiki paid for? This wasn't like a rehab that focused on spirit or religion or anything like that. I just so happened to have a counselor where we connected. So talk about it being divinely led, and what it's done for me has been great. But yeah, I use Reiki, and I've had three different teachers, and that's my primary energetic healing thing that I feel like a lot of
Okay.
people would understand, other than the massage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask, as far as energy healing, like, I mean, we all have, issues and things that are wrong. And let me just ask you, for example, I'm not sure if this can relate or help at all, but for someone like myself, I've always had stomach issues always my whole life. I look back at pictures. I don't know how my mother never noticed, but like I always had this bloated, like distended, like Ethiopian belly. And I know growing up, I never would eat breakfast. I could barely eat dinner. It always hurt me, right? Years go by.
Mhm.
I'm a teenager. It's lunchtime. Kids start going out at school and, they're driving. And I'm like, I can't eat lunch. It hurts me. How do these people just eat and go back to school? Then finally, not until my 20s, I started going to like gastroenterologist to figure out what's going on. And no one could ever help. And then in 2010, I took the reins and I went to Temple University in Pennsylvania, met with these specialists. I was there as an outpatient for 4 days, nothing. And I have this pain every time I eat, no matter what it is. I've done elimination diets, I've done this. It's gas, it's bloating, and it's no matter what I eat. It's just bizarre. So then I'm thinking medically, no one's helping me. Like what's wrong with my body? What am I lacking? They've done all these tests. What could it be? Could it be? This is what I'm thinking. Hear me out. Is this something, or my mom had the same problem. My mom's in heaven now for 8 years, but like she always had it too. Could it be something that's passed down, like a generational type energy type stuck thing in my
Yes,
help? What is
yes.
it? What is it?
And if this doesn't relate, I always say send it to the ether. But a lot of our gut things have a lot to do with anxiousness and anger. It's a holding on. There's
Mm,
something within your spirit,
yeah.
that you are a wound in the family soul,
Yes.
and then also to your gut. Is it, if I might ask, is it kind of closer to your womb space or more up top?
It's more down. It's down.
To the womb space. So maybe some also feminine trauma, some anger on yourself, some lack of release. That's just what comes to mind automatically.
Okay.
A big
Okay.
a big a big thing is sometimes with those things that are anomalous, like you're describing, is energetic. And I believe in a mind, body, soul approach to healing. A big problem with our west our side of the world when it comes to the medical, and the east has its own as well, but one thing that they excel at is that they don't ignore the spirit when it comes to healing the body. And so you get to see a whole lot of more miraculous things without consequence on that side of the world, because they integrate that stuff. You know what I mean? Now the thing about integrating that part of your healing is that it's less tangible, right? If you take a pill, you get a surgery, you do these things that are physical, you can get some physical results. They also oftentimes come with other side effects that you didn't have to just deal with because you got rid of the other thing. And that's a
Yeah.
byproduct that you didn't heal it in totality. We're skirting and skipping and bypassing. So that's what comes to mind for you, Miss Joe. And I'm grateful for you being vulnerable with that. with that for yourself because that's amazing. But that a lot of anxiousness and anxiety holds in our belly.
I have
And
great angst and anxiety all the time. I'm always a worry ward. I'm always just like this. It's just my nature. And everyone's like, "Oh, you're ADHD or whatever." And I'm 47 now. I'm like, but I've been like this my whole life. I'm always like on edge. I'm always like, talk fast. I get very, yeah. So I don't know what it is, and it's just like it just doesn't serve me well because it's painful. I don't know how I could try maybe to help my stomach ailment. And, to me, as I've learned my whole life now, people look at me and laugh like, oh, you don't eat. I'm like, I eat, but I eat little bits. My body's so used to not eating big meals like most people, like breakfast, lunch, dinner. I can't have breakfast or else my whole body all day will ache and hurt myself. I'm not anorexic. I don't starve myself, but I've learned to eat just a little bit for lunch, a little bit for dinner. But the times I'm really super hungry, I'll eat late at night, which is really bad because then my stomach really hurts. But then I go to sleep. And even over the years, what happened was my doctor prescribed me Xanax. And that's the only thing that helps. I would only take that at night. I don't take it. I mean, I still have a script. I don't take it all the time. I used to have to get up at 2 in the morning, right, for work. So I would have to take this pill, which would make me relax. He's like, this will help relax your intestines, get the gas out, and that's the only thing that helped. I could never take the Xanax during the day. I'd fall asleep. But um,
yeah,
but it's still that's medication. Do I really need it? Like and I just haven't. I don't know anything I could try or do. Any suggestions?
so first of all, have you ever had an abdominal massage?
No. It's so
One of
funny you say that
yeah.
because I don't like my stomach touched because it's the most painful part of my body.
Most painful part of your body is probably also the part of your body that you most reject and
Yes, I'm
resent.
uncomfortable and I'm like, ew. And I'm like, I'm fat. I'm
Yeah.
not fat, but I look fat. I look like I'm pregnant a lot. If I have to
So
go to like
so
an event or a wedding, I have to not eat for 2 days. Like, it's sick.
let me can I share a story with you? One of my
Please.
apprentices, one of my Reiki students, she is like 100 pounds, and y'all have a similar frame from what I can tell. Like thin mints is what I call her, beautiful. But she has large fibroidian cysts on her ovaries, so
Mm-hmm.
so her belly is, like you said, um larger than the rest of her body. She looks pregnant, and it goes up and down, and it's something that she has been working with. So I
Yeah,
don't want to tell you that I know the answer for that, but
of
things that
course.
have improved and helped reduce that has been her own, like being attuned to Reiki. I do tuning forks, so some sound therapy and some self massage just really helps, because a big part of that is whatever part of anger or woman shame your family, your mom or your, because you said this is generational, right? Whatever y'all inherited, that needs to be integrated at the spirit, and that helps. Being comfortable with somebody. Are you partnered?
Am I part? Say it again?
Do you have a partner?
No, no, I don't.
Do you have like
No.
oh, okay? I was not to be. I was
No,
that was more so
no, no,
like
no, no.
someone.
No, like it's just me and my kids. They're 10 and 8, and I've always had trouble with dating and all that. I have someone that I'm dating, but it's not serious. It's like, my kids now are my priority that I've been a single mom for 10 years. So, yeah, it's just kind of me and the
that
boys.
that adds a dynamic, right? Like people got to
Yeah.
qualify for what you got going on, and you're busy. You're a busy woman, so you are being powerful sometimes can lead for a lonely life, and it
Yeah,
could
true.
also lead to, when you are a high vibrational being and you manifest easily and you're powerful in the game of what I call the game of life. Oftentimes that power comes at some sort of trauma, because the universe builds the best of us from, we got to be relatable, right? Your belly thing could be a similar trauma or tribulation that my previous meth use was. Does that make sense? So
Hmm.
that was my direct one, if I share it, to be transparent with the form of healing I had to go through. But yeah, I would recommend massage first,
Okay.
and and Reiki, and finding someone, because you're not in here. Otherwise, I would try to work you because I'm curious. But finding a spiritual person that is knowledgeable, that you feel called to, because not everybody is for everybody, that you feel called to help you navigate maybe some traumas that you have in your wound space that are
Yeah.
not so physical. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. All right. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I don't want to make the show about me, but I just had some questions. So
No, I
thank
love it,
you.
because this also, what we're doing here, what you just did, is the experience I give you when you come into my office. we talk about with each other because in those conversations, by the way, I also do crazy deep tissue. So just sit there silently. Sometimes you want to release because otherwise you might be in some pain.
Yeah, right.
So and stuff comes up in the body like a spot. Like if I do glute work and you might have been sexually traumatized, maybe some energy comes up and I become aware of that and we discuss it. Or some area I'm gonna tune in. So it becomes very easy to share that kind of stuff with me.
Yeah.
So
Well,
thank you
thank you for
for
that.
sharing. Let that be a candid opportunity for that.
Wow. Thank you so much. All right. What else did you want to share for today? Thank you. Thank you.
Mom. Oh, I guess you know what? We'll pivot because I'm all spiritual and stuff. I just wanted
Go
to show
ahead.
y'all
Go ahead.
how I how I ground and how I practice connecting and stuff in a tangible way. And I've started making earrings. My spirit name is Light Sky Feather. It was given to me when I became. Funny story. When I got that name back in 2016, I was like, Light Sky Feather. No one's gonna call me that. Like, what is it? Felt like uh I don't know, just kind of felt inauthentic at first. And my teacher goes, well, that's its lowest vibrational form. Like maybe
Yep.
you can take it and study on it, meditate on it, and change it into different languages to see if something comes out that resonates. But that's what came through to me. Yeah. Um, and sorry, my one of my teachers actually just came home, so that's funny that we're talking about you. But she was like,
Hey,
translate it, and
hi.
then I translated it into Latin, and it
Uh-huh.
became out to Plumalucci Skyloom, and that just really resonated with me. And since then, throughout my um, own personal journey, that name has definitely carried its own weight. But I make my own earrings. You can kind of see these right here. Can you see these very clearly or no?
Yeah,
Here,
I
I'll
can.
show you about
It's
one by
just,
one.
yeah, no, no, it's okay. I could see them.
I made these.
Wow.
All right.
How do you make those? Okay, I'm sorry. Are you dyeing feathers? Do the feathers look, how do you,
No, no. I buy the feathers. I get
okay.
them online. I
And
get the
then
individual pieces. I buy the stones, and then I just
beautiful.
channel what comes to me. They're more
Wow.
talismanic than just a
Okay.
casual earring.
Okay.
You like this right here? I just
Wow.
whipped these up last week for a swingers party I went to.
Yeah.
I'm that kind of guy.
Wow. I love it.
um, um, and what I do is I make the earrings first with all my little candles and altar space. And then I sit and I meditate and I pull to see which angels, and I use the angels of the 72 names of God because I really
Mm-hmm.
resonate. Well, I still try to stay as Christic as possible in my practice because I
Mm-hmm.
love Jesus. And um, usually the angels match the stones and not usually every time the angels match perfectly with the energy that I created. Well, like these ones right here.
Wow.
Doesn't that look like a little angel that you just have on
Beautiful.
your shoulder?
Oh, beautiful. Yeah.
So that's going to be my next business venture when I sit down and get grounded as far as that. We make the stuff now and sell them in our office, or I do, excuse me, in mine.
Amazing. Beautiful.
But yeah, that is all I have to share today. I feel like today was awesome, Miss Jill. I really
We
connected with
still
you.
have more time. Don't stop now. Tell us another story. Tell us about something, I don't know, share something else with us. I won't tell you what to say.
Okay.
You just tell me. Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about how I feel like I could be more useful, or why I feel extra useful and called into the healing work today. Is because the work's crazy,
Yeah.
and it is people are being forced to look within while still keeping an eye on the without, which is really hard, you know.
Yeah. Of course.
And um, I've noticed that every time clients come in now, there's some sort of trauma. Like I just had someone book yesterday, and they out how spirit works and how my energy shows is someone called me at like 10 o'clock. I weirdly answered because I felt called to. She was like, "I'm so sorry to call you. My mom just passed away earlier this week, and I was just needing her neck is tight, her shoulders." So again, to that energy thing, right? Like a lot of times we're anxious, we get all up in that neck space or sadness. Oftentimes, remember that back pain from a loss you've ever had, like you get that you're just like, man, I this is just so tight. Or so she felt called to reach out to me and get her booked, and we're gonna get her in on Friday. But those are the kind of things that the universe sends me. It's like, boom, this person is wounded. They felt called. They don't know me. I asked her if she got a reference. She's like, no, I was just Googling and something told me this was the one. And
Aw.
when she comes in, I'm going to give her a massage, but I'm also going to hit her with a little bit of Reiki and some tuning forks to kind of get her. I hate to use the word groomed because that
Yeah.
feels a little negative,
Yeah,
but to
I
get her
get it. I
ready
get it.
to open up more in the future with that. So, I'm trying to think of a cool little story. Uh, hmm. Damn, I'm getting blockage. Excuse me.
Look at you.
That's
Well, no,
okay.
no. How has your, as an energy healer, what has been the most challenging thing you had to work through?
Okay. Outside of addiction, right? Because that was one of the things which
Yeah. Yeah.
when I first opened my business back in 2022, I put Reiki on the board,
Okay.
and I unfortunately had a relapse within that first year. So I turned Reiki off of the business because one thing I'm not going to do is play with spirit. I'm not going to be
Yeah.
out here
Yeah.
pushing healing and then being inauthentic myself. But um, I got through that. But another challenge is now being ready at all times for someone to need you. That's a little difficult. And then feeling everybody's things and not taking it onto yourself. So having
Mm-hmm.
tools to really remain grounded in knowing what's mine. I've gotten decent at it, but it is something I'm still improving on, and it's a challenge day to day because it requires maintenance. I don't just I know some people who you meet, they're like gurus and Gandhis, and maybe they have a persona that you never see them crack, but that's not authentic to my experience. I have, emotional extremes and inner turmoil that I have to maintain and work on to be an authentic, credible source for people that come my way in a stable healing portal.
My goodness. Well, the work that you're doing really touches so many. And I also want people to realize that this is something you're based out of where?
I'm sorry.
You're
Oh,
based out of
Richmond,
where?
Virginia.
In Richmond.
Richmond, Virginia.
But you can work with them anywhere, which is the beauty of energy healing. So if someone out there is interested
Yeah,
in working with you, it's pretty easy. They could just contact you anywhere around the world.
they can. They can contact me. If you can get me on Instagram, Xander Matu, I respond that way. I haven't changed it into a business Instagram yet because I think the Xander Matu brand thing is what I'm going to go on. It just makes the most sense. There's
No,
not
got
another
it,
one
got
like
it, got it.
it.
And if to close out, we still got a few more minutes left. I don't want to rush you. Is there anything else that you want to make sure, tell us another story or part of your journey or part of how you're helping people?
I have a cool story about how connected I get with my clients.
Sure.
So one of my clients, she is a powerful lawyer woman,
Mm-hmm.
and in the time that I've been seeing her, she's divorced her husband. That divorce had been 2 years ago. I want to say a few months ago, she came in and I started doing her massage, and I go, Miss Blankety Blank, don't you think it's about time? Now you've been single for about 2 years. Don't you think it's about time that you get out there? You're a beautiful woman, you're powerful, and even if it's not to have a partner, don't you have physical needs? Like, come on, girl, let's go ahead and
Yeah.
get ourselves taken care of. And um, she goes, Spirit must be talking to you, Xander, because my best friend set me up with a blind date the very next day. So she came in on that Friday, and her blind date was already set up for the next day, and I was poking at her to which I immediately knew, like, okay, so now we opened up the dialogue. How are you feeling? What are your
Yeah.
concerns? What are your thoughts about? All of that stuff that came through, and that happens to me all the time. I'm a little bit of like I call myself a little bit like Laughing Buddha or a jokester and stuff like that because I'll crack jokes during your energy healing. I say things sometimes where you're like, but in those jokes, in those authentic statements,
Yeah.
spirit, I often find that spirit be saying things that need to be said. Oh,
Okay.
one more little story. So this was one of my chakra activation soul therapy, this is the one therapy I talked a little
Okay.
bit about last podcast where I take the tuning forks with Reiki and massage, so you get all three, and I hit every chakra. So
Ooh.
feet with the roots, and glutes and lower belly with the sacral, which you would love if you were here, girl. If you're ever in Richmond, you need to get to me because I want to see if I can help you. But so I had a client that I'd never met. She
Hmm.
booked a 1 hour chakra alignment sound therapy, and also shout out to her, she tipped me $250. I like on before she even came in. She didn't even meet me, so that was like a spirit looking out. She comes in, I'm working on her, I think it was on her throat chakra and her neck, and I was just getting a little bit of like anxiousness, and an image of like a 1930s bottle of ketchup came to mind, like one of those ones you gotta smack to get the rest of the ketchup out. And I said that to her, and she goes, I think my grandma's here. And that gave me chills because
Oh my
I
goodness.
don't work I don't work with the dead. I don't claim to be a dead medium. In
Yeah,
fact, when
yeah,
I get into
yeah.
Reiki space, I put up certain boundaries so that only the things I know work with, so that you're safe, because not everything that comes up in the woo and in the energetic stuff is in your highest good. So and I will not be a portal for that. So um for that, whether or not that was her grandma or just spirit or some part of herself acknowledging that it was there, it used my joke to let her know that she was in safe hands, and the session got even more, amazing and woo.
Love
So
it. And woo. Thank you
I,
so much.
that's my word for inexplicable.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for being here, for joining us. Now we will go. But one more time, tell us how we can reach you on Instagram or
Yeah.
via
So
phone.
my website is www.massagebook.com/soothing soul, and that's soul like the sun, not the spirit. So SOL massage, triple entendre. Or you can just add me on Instagram, Xander, XanderMatu. And there you'll be able to kind of get to me personally, whether that be for a channeled pair of earrings or online Reiki, or if you're in town and you want to come to the office for a massage.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Pleasure having you here. And thanks for your advice as well. And looking forward to the next time we connect. Enjoy the rest of your day, sweetheart.
Thank you, Miss Joe. Have a good one
Thank
too.
you to all of our listeners. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.